Sometimes you gotta go look at yourself and go, I'm ready to relinquish this.
I'm one of them people, hey, you gotta give a man a day in court.
The underlining of all of it is authenticity, right?
She's making them money, so they gonna put the camera on her because she's paid.
I think the prize is the other person. We have not integrated in the United States. Start buying some of the things that we have to offer. Then we will see a difference in how we act as Black people. Oh, we are back, Jack. It's another Wednesday. I'm very excited about it.
And another one.
I got my friends with me. I got my family with me. What's up, ladies? How y'all doing?
Hey.
Hey, it's going. It's Wednesday.
And I got these two.
Hump day.
Yeah.
What's up?
You having a good week? You know what? Tonight we're gonna talk red flags. Maybe that's part of the reason why it's an week. Same as you, Helen. What's up, Zach and Ace? How y'all doing?
Pretty good, pretty good. What's up, world? All my folks in Sacramento, appreciate y'all tuning in tonight.
Right on, and y'all, please don't forget to share. Go
And
to that
subscribe.
share button. If you're on Facebook, go to that share button and click share. I don't even know what you do if you're on YouTube, but thank you for watching if you are. Be sure to comment tonight. Tonight we have a pretty open show, but we have a conversation about red flags. Red flags. Red flags are all over the place.
Shout out to all my blood partners out there. And
Say, Suwoo. Suwoo.
are we talking about red flags, right?
Sue Woo.
Suwoo. They know who it is. Y'all chime in and get on the comment. Let your Sheikah know what
We don't
Suwoo
need none of
is.
that. We don't need none of that.
None
Sound
of
like, are you a Delta? What is that? They were red.
Oh, no, I ain't gonna be one.
When we talking red flags tonight, y'all be sure to click that share button. Let's have fun with it. Share and be also. Where are we? We're at TikTok, The Rebranders. Go and follow us. We're at Instagram. I think it's Rebranders Podcast. Facebook, Rebranders, and YouTube, Rebranders Podcast.
Hey, let me just say, TikTok, the videos are off the chain. I'm loving the TikTok. I'm a member of the show, everybody, but I don't have my hands on the TikTok account, so I view them just like y'all. And I just have to say, those videos are off the chain.
You can see all the videos we play right here, right there on TikTok.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
What does off the chain mean?
Throwback.
It means that they're above average, they're exciting, they're not, any type of nomenclature you can think of.
Hey, we can't forget Double H.
That's good.
We can't forget Double H right there in the corner. Honestly, Helen, talk to him.
Oh, is that what we
Right.
Double H?
Double H.
That's right. Go check it out. It's on all the platforms where you listen to podcasts. Appreciate it. Thank you so much.
Very nice. Very nice. It's all about family over here.
Amen.
Go check out Helen's podcast over on Instagram and all the different places. So tonight, we want to talk about some red flags. Y'all know what? Red flags come in a whole lot of different places. It's not just relationships. You know what I mean? You can see red flags when you're getting ready to take a job. You can see Suwoo, whatever Zach was talking about. You got, if you're about to sell something and you shouldn't be in this area, and your instinct kicks in. There's red flags to the instinct, and then all of a sudden you decide not to go there, and that keeps you out of death or jail or whatever the case may be. Red flags is what we're talking about. I guess if I had to, I'm gonna let y'all do it. If I had to give a definition of red flags, my one adjective would be, I guess, danger. Is that that's not even an adjective? Was that kind of a verb, I guess?
Caution.
Caution. Good one. Good one.
Stress.
Sheikah?
You said what?
Oh, she's passing.
I'm too busy sharing, y'all.
That's a
Sorry,
red
I'm
flag.
too busy sharing.
That's a red flag right there.
There's a
Good
red
evening,
flag.
Kiki, give us your definition or your one-word definition of what a red flag is.
Warning. That's what I would say.
Stranger danger.
Right on.
Yep.
Helen?
Stress.
Oh, that's a unique direction in which you took it.
Yeah.
So I guess the first thing I'm gonna do is start off on stress. That's great. And the first one is a job. I probably shouldn't be I probably shouldn't be saying this, but
Come say it.
I just recently declined a job because there was all kind of red flags to me. And I don't know, y'all are three, y'all four are kind of working for a company, so I'm not gonna let y'all dig too deep into it. There's no telling who's actually watching. Don't want to get y'all in any kind of trouble. But let's talk about red flags that you should be looking for when you get ready to take that next job.
I love my job.
Okay.
Work on balance.
Anyway, if I thought of a red flag that I'm looking at, I think the number one thing, and I think this is very educational for anybody listening. Y'all, that's why I say be sure to go share. Because the number one red flag that I look at is the employees who work for this company.
Right.
If they ain't happy, I probably won't be happy later either.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah.
What do y'all
For
think?
me, I think the employees, and then the longevity. If you have a lot of people that they've been there, how long you been here?
Yeah.
Oh, this is my 3rd week. Oh, okay. How long you been here? Oh, I started 2 weeks ago.
Yeah.
Oh, to know if the oldest person at the job is 3 months,
Yeah.
red flag.
Red flag.
Yeah, red flag.
Mhm.
Real talk. Real flag.
Yeah.
And we got an HR person here who can say something.
Even like 2 years, like a vet.
Other way.
No,
Yeah.
not me, kid. Not me.
Not kidding. But no, yeah, for real, I always tell people work-life balance is big. Like
Yeah.
if you got an employer that's saying that you have to answer the phone after X amount of time or you're gonna get talking to, the turnaround time for returning a phone call is less than 24 hours. Like, mind your business. No.
Yeah.
Janique said, warning, proceed at
Yeah.
your own risk. That's a red flag right there.
Yeah.
Big
That's a
red
definition.
flag. Big
Yeah,
red flag at the job is where when you see people and they own, especially like management, and they only friends are the people at the job.
Oh,
That's a red flag. They're like that's their life. Like
That
no
means
matter what they
spend all their
say, they say,
time there.
oh man, we went zip lining this week. Oh, who you went with? Oh, you know, me, Frank. It's all like, wait, you ain't got you don't have nobody.
Yeah.
That's a big red flag.
Yeah. You ain't got your what? Which was what you wanted to say?
I'm gonna say you ain't got nobody outside of this.
I knew that word was coming after that. You ain't got your.
You know what though? I want to go back to what Yashika said. That's very important to me. When you think about somebody, I've been to companies and a year max. If everybody is new in a year under new management, that's a scary situation. But now we're trying to develop something. Like family. You can come into a family that's already been established, and you now just take your place in that family where you need to. You fill in where you need to fill in. But if everybody is new, then filling in is going to be hard to do. Now we got a lot of stuff we got to do. And I'm going to tell you another one that really just throws me off at the job is when you throw too much money at it. I know most people think, oh, that's a good thing.
Facts. No,
it's not.
Too much money. Not the amount that you're supposed to pay me. Too much. Like, I'm asking for this, but you're giving me 10% more than that. And I'm like, nah.
Yeah.
You know what happens? This is where the red flag comes in, right? You start, because you make a little money. Then you make a little bit more. And then you make a little bit more. And then when you make too much money, what happens? One or two things. You either hate the industry or you hate the job.
Mm-hmm.
You might love the industry, but you hate the job. But you make too much money to leave.
Yeah.
So now so-and-so is trying to hire me. They're paying me a reasonable amount of money. And I can't leave.
Right.
Yeah. Because you get so accustomed to this amount of money, even though you're miserable, you're not willing to take, I won't even say to go down, because it's really not, because your happiness is, outweighs, in my opinion, outweighs the figure. But you don't want to take that because of what they're paying you, but you realize once you get in there and get to making the money that they was only throwing at you because it's a setup.
It's a setup.
All money ain't good money, even though it spends the same. All money ain't good money. But at the end of the day, you got to realize if you making 90 and you get 120, they want 120 out of you.
That's right.
Yeah.
That's right.
And it might not even be 120. They want 150 out of you.
Yeah, I was about to say that.
220.
Even though the ones above you make a whole lot more and they don't give you nothing. But you gonna count for your money.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
That's real.
So Helen is in HR. And I've been in job interviews where the person who's interviewing me is talking bad about some of the employees they work with currently. Mm-hmm. If it's another company and we bond over people we know, I'm fine with that. But when you start talking about the people you work for or work with currently, that is a major red flag for me.
Yeah.
Because she's HR.
Yeah.
If HR is getting away with this with me, knowing that eventually I'm going to work here, then
Right.
I eventually she's going to talk about me, right?
Yeah, like a dog.
Like a dog.
Like a dog.
Absolutely. And treat me like a dog. So no,
Especially,
red flags.
yeah.
And I think the way if they try to oversell you in an interview could also be a red flag, because why are you trying so hard?
Yeah.
If it's a good company, the work that you do is important, your employees are bought into it. I'm trying to sell you to pick me. Like, I want to be a part of your team. But if you're talking too much to me about, similar to what you say, I think it was you, Anthony, about being friends. Is that you, Anthony?
It was the Ace.
Ace,
I think Ace, yeah.
Yeah, my bad, Ace. About being friends outside of work, or them being the only friend groups, and all you talk about is like the events that you have, the superficial stuff, not about the work that you do or the mission or the value. To me, could be a red flag, because if you get there and it's like high school, it's like a hierarchy, but everybody think they're the boss.
Mm-hmm.
Or
And when
everybody-
you start seeing clicks, and
Yeah.
I worked at a job one time. I was in Lowe's. I had just graduated from college. I had 2 jobs. Lowe's was one of them. And so we all decided one day to go play football after work. And I worked at Lowe's, like a store, Lowe's. And so the higher ups, the lower, everybody was there. We're just having a good time. But once we got on the football field, which was interesting, and I'd been working about 4 years at this point, it was interesting that the people who were the bosses at the job felt like they were the bosses there too. Right? On the football field, no, we all peers here. We're just having fun.
Yeah.
They try to dictate, no, we're going to do it this way. And I didn't like that. And so but I saw that, it's funny. This is a funny story. Speaking of red flags. So I worked for Lowe's for 3 years throughout college, right? So I worked there 4.5 years total. So I worked there 3.5 years through college. And I worked for 3 really, really good bosses. I worked at one place that I transferred colleges, went there. And then when I worked there for 2 years, the boss that I had there quit and another one came in. So 3 bosses. All 3 of those bosses were awesome. Great. Our numbers were off the chain. So anyway, I transferred from there to Dallas. True story. Me and my sister were coming here the first day. I want to go check out the place. I stepped 1 foot in the building. 1 foot. My whole body was not in the building. My sister, if she was watching, she could corroborate the story. But 1 foot. And when I looked over to her and I said, this is a poorly run store. Now, I hadn't really seen anything yet. It was a feeling. So I think we'll talk about that a little bit more, but I think red flags aren't always the things that you see. Sometimes you feel it. I say that. I worked there for 1 year, and after 12 months of me working there, every one of the bosses got fired, from the highest up there, all of his 4, high-level people, and then those 4 high-level people each had 4, so it's another 16 people. And so like 16, 20 people, however many that is, got fired all on the same day.
Wow. Wow.
It's a feeling, bro. It is a feeling. It is a feeling.
It's a feeling to it too. Chris Bell says it's not about the money. Most companies talk about work-life balance. It isn't work-life balance. It's life-work balance. Chris, that's a wonderful.
That's facts, Chris.
I like
facts,
that.
Chris.
I like how you stated
facts,
that.
Chris. Keep them coming, Chris.
That's facts. Chris.
Talk to him, Chris. Talk to him. Come on.
I like that. Yeah, it's different kind of red, flag. We talking about, of course, we talking about jobs and stuff now. You walk into I had situations where I walked into my manager's office and she was crying and all frantic, and she, look, I gotta get out of here. This place is crazy. And when you see your manager doing that, you're like, oh, well, it's time to go.
Right.
Like, what?
That was that at work or at home?
That was at work.
Oh, okay.
Come on, Bo.
So I was getting ready to go into business, right? Y'all were all there, and we had this conversation with some celebrities, and they were telling some stuff, and it was kind of a red flag. You know what? We were all there. I'll just show everybody the clip. How's that? Y'all good with that?
Yeah. Show it to them.
Okay, good.
235 acres. We farming our own chickens, homie. Thousands of chickens, thousands. Running around everywhere. Quack, quack, quack. Talk about next level shit, homie.
When they don't know their product, that's a red flag.
That's a major red flag. What you say, Mama?
You Wild Wings?
He said chickens, a lot of chickens. They go quack, quack, quack.
He said quack, quack, quack. We talking about chickens.
Right. You want to say it again? Okay, sure. I'll show you. I'll show you again.
235 acres. We farming our own chickens, homie. Thousands of chickens, thousands. Running around everywhere. Quack, quack, quack. Talk about next level shit, homie.
That's a duck.
If you're doing business with somebody and they don't know the difference between a duck
and a chicken,
you got a duck on out that conversation right there.
Your money is gone. Your money is gone.
Major red flag. Look, we come back. We're going to talk a little bit more about red flags in relationships. And one of the questions that we have: do you know? How do you know when it's not a blessing? How do you know when it's not a blessing?
Ooh.
Because when you start throwing money in there, people start missing all the red flags.
Right.
Or if it's in a relationship and they get married to the wrong person and they miss all the red flags. So, hey, stay tuned. We'll talk a little bit more about that when we come back. But first, let's go to the comments. I think Kiki says something. She says, wow. Talking about that video. I love it. I love it.
Quack,
Kiki.
quack, quack.
Keep the comments coming. We'll see y'all in a bit.
I swear, I had to like really control myself when Yashika said that because you almost made me cry.
I meant it.
Hey, that's the rebrander's
Yo.
way. Go ahead and let it fly. That's natural.
First of all, she's talking to me. I meant it, baby, because I love you and I want the best for you. And I'm so happy that you're doing what you're doing. And I'm your biggest cheerleader. And so if you ever need one, you feel like you need a cheerleader, I'm the number that you call because I'm the one. I love you.
I should have called you yesterday. Love you more.
Words are things, I'm convinced. You must be careful about the words you use, or the words you allow to be used in your house. In the Old Testament, we are told in Genesis that in the beginning was the Word, and the Word was God, and the Word was with God. That's in Genesis. Words are things. You must be careful. Careful about calling people out of their names, using racial pejoratives and sexual pejoratives and all that ignorance. Don't do that. Someday we'll be able to measure the power of words. I think they are things. I think they get on the walls. They get in your wallpaper. They get in your rugs, in your upholstery, in your clothes, and finally into you.
Man,
All right. I think
Hey,
very...
can I
Yes,
say
sir.
something real quick? Man, can we give it to the coldest producer in the game?
Yeah.
Ed, you cold with it, bro. Ed.
Wait. And y'all do know Maya Angelou was saying those words herself.
Yeah, no, but I'm saying, look how he pieced it together, man. He don't say nothing to us. He just throw it out there.
Just do it, yeah.
He just told y'all he ain't got no job.
That's why you ain't gonna get 35.
Words to get people lip busted up.
All of it. All of it.
Hey, man.
Lipstick.
Something I did pull out from that video though.
Hey,
so
hats off to you, Ed. You the
yeah.
coldest in the game, bro.
I appreciate
you the coldest in the game,
he
bro.
had time. He could have just paid somebody doing, but he did them himself. That's right.
Yo, I think it's important, with all jokes aside.
Yeah.
I think it's important to give people their flowers while they're alive. And so I think too that it's brilliant.
Well, I appreciate it.
Gents,
I thought it was a unique video and the things that Maya said, because there's so many, like the words that you use, that's a whole nother red flag. We started talking about relationships, and for all the single folk watching or on the show, you know, when you got individuals who you're trying to talk to, and these individuals use certain words that you don't really go with. And I'm not even talking about curse words, not that. I'm talking about what they say about their life. You know, Yashika, there's a video of you saying something about generational curses and stuff like that, right? And so when you start talking about generational curses and you start dating some guy, and this guy saying, oh, you know, if it wasn't for bad luck, I'd have no luck at all. Or he starts saying, you know, I'm gonna do this, and just the words he's saying, the phrases that he's using that keeps him in a poor mentality.
Box,
Red
yeah.
flag. Red flag.
Straight up.
Yep.
Straight up.
Yeah. Definitely, that's definitely a red flag. That's the negativity. I know I joke like so for everybody out there in TV land and everything like that. A lot of times if you see me dissing Goodson, that's because we done already talked and I done gave him his props.
My mama got my back.
Mama say keep playing. You mama keep playing. Keep playing. See what happens.
Hey, Chris Bell says I worked in the restaurant industry for 27 years, management for 26. Now, Chris, see, when we talk about white privilege, Chris is my guy. That's my classmate. He worked in it for 27 years, management after 1 year. All right, we'll talk about that another time. I've taken restaurants from the bottom 10% of the company to the top 5% in the company. Top management didn't give praise, just want you to go to the next one to turn it around. Not enough recognition and respect was given. Stress and burnout took over. That's when it starts to take over you and your personal relationship. It was time for a change. Now I'm in the construction industry. The company I work for gives, let me see.
I think those dots mean a lot.
Yeah.
Want me to finish it?
Oh yeah, sure.
It gives you the opportunity of life-work balance. Good for the soul, mind, and heart.
All right.
I love
That's
you know why?
I love that for you, Chris.
We are here to live. That's so very important.
Yeah.
Woo. Say it again, one more time, man.
We are here to live. We're here for relationships. We're here for family. We're here for glory to God. We are not here just to work. We have to work. Bible says a man don't work, shouldn't he? Right. You got to work. But that is not what it's all about. And work might be what it's all about, because it takes work for us to work with each other. It takes work for us to have a job. It takes work for us to stay fit. All this stuff. But it's not all about money. So once you throw money in there, it's a whole different purpose on this work. Now you're killing yourself.
Yeah.
And so when you get a job and that's all that it's about, then that's a red flag in itself.
And can I put this money in the tithing? Because you preaching it right. Can I put this? Hey, can I put this couple dollars in the tithing?
Hey, it's just like black people tithe $2.
Hey, that's it.
I know how much Zach made. He don't get $2 to the plate. Hey, them Goodsons.
I know, man. I ain't coming to Silver Spring no time soon.
All right, so before we went, Erica Clifton, she laughed, and okay, I love it. Before we went to break, we said we were going to talk real quick about relationships, and we're going to come a little bit back to that. But let's talk about red flags in a relationship. What's something that you see and you like, nah, I can't do it. Even if, let's say the person looks perfect, is perfect. Everything is right except for this one thing. Let's start with Helen, the youngest. No offense to anybody else.
Yeah, watch it.
Watch it.
But,
watch it.
What's the red flag, Helen? Something you see. He's Denzel Washington looking, but he's your age. He's smart, he's everything, but you saw that and it's like,
one.
Yeah. When social media breeds insecurity.
Wow.
Right.
And it sounds powerful, but it's way more common than you think, and that shit is so tiring to deal with.
Speak that.
People are so wrapped up in social media, whether you post something that has no intent behind it, but somebody feels some type of way because a comment you made 2 days ago. If you know me well enough, I ain't never said nothing on internet that I ain't said to your face ever. So why you think I'm doing subliminals now? So in relationships, it's always been, I've been in a relationship before where a man really would argue with me about niggas about people liking my photos, specifically men. Like, why does such and such like your photo? I don't know, because I posted it, which is the point of social media. Like, is to post things to get likes, to get that. But I'm not sitting here saying, hey, yo, you like my picture from February 7th. You want to tell me why? My man tripping real quick. I just let him know that you just liked it because he's oh, it's draining. So don't let it feed you insecurity. You got to check yourself for real.
The Michael Anderson Project. Hey, Michael, we appreciate you for watching. I'm not sure if anybody on the show know who that is.
What's up, Mike?
When they need help with the rent every month. Oh God.
Oh, yeah, you gotta make the decision.
Mike, you better go somewhere else, because if they do it every month, you're in trouble, bro.
Yeah.
See, Helen, good looking lady.
What's up,
Tiffany?
Tim?
Good looking lady. Yashika, good looking lady. I tell all three of y'all, do not ever mess with a man who's jealous. That's a huge red flag.
Yeah.
That's dangerous.
That's scary.
That's a dangerous, scary.
And a jealous woman though, because you get somebody popping up on your door and you like say, I ain't talked to you in months.
Who you had your door?
Ain't got nobody but 2 dogs.
Come on, fellas. Come on, shut up.
We got to put that rebrand us
Pippi and Pearl.
That's
Pippi and Pearl. That's all in my door. Pippi and Pearl.
All right, hey, look, we're gonna take a quick break, literally like 11 seconds, and we're gonna come back and we're gonna talk about what grinds your gears. Something that really grinds your gears. I want the audience to think about it. Tell us something that really just gets under your skin.
Speak on it. Speak on it. Come on now.
Something
Come on.
that really grinds.
I'm
See
ready.
y'all in 11 seconds.
Hello, all of you. Sheikah, Helen, Ace, and Zach. Have a good one.
Helen.
Bye. I said Helen.
I said Helen.
4-year anniversary for Rebranders. All right, y'all. This next session is brought to you by Jags Vacation and Travel. All your travel needs, call 903-348-5655. Call Joanne Guilford right there at the bottom.
Wait, hold on real quick. I just want y'all to know I had to write it down. And Jag, if you're watching this, I'm gonna be calling you.
Yeah.
Uh-oh.
Hey.
Uh-oh.
I just want to say real quick too.
We don't be talking, just supporting people, and we don't support them. Like I had to write it down.
That's right.
I agree.
Another
I just want to say too that
Hey, HH. Yeah.
my mom's on vacation right now, and she used a Jag.
Hey,
Yeah.
go ahead.
Yeah.
Yeah, we
Yeah.
know. I got a phone call the other day about the Jag as well, so I'm not sure if they called just yet, but we'll find out.
Yeah.
Good deal. Jag Vacations and Travel. Call 903-348-5655. This next segment is brought to you by them. I guess I got to play the commercial, or should I play it later? But anyway, so what we are doing now is something that really grinds your gears. Something I got a promo that we're going to use for that next time. But it really gets under your skin. And I'm going to let everybody do 1 or 2 of them, and we'll talk about that. But also, we want the audience to let us know what
we got to know.
Gets under your skin. We got to know. Okay.
I want to know so I don't grind your gears.
Gotta know.
Gotta know. So we're gonna start with Yashika. Yashika, tell us what really just grinds your gears.
You know what really grinds my gears, Anthony? I'm speaking to you specifically. Well, Zach and Ace, all y'all. But
what grinds your gears?
What really grinds my gears is when you call people and they don't answer the phone, and then they show up on camera as if they done nothing. Nothing.
That's a good grinder.
Give me a roll.
Next.
I'll go next. I tell you what really grinds my gears, Helen. Ace, Zach, Yashika, is when somebody tells you a very long story, and at the end of that long story, they say, long story short.
Yes.
It's long already.
You've already taken about 30 minutes of my life.
Or when they tell a story and say long story short multiple times.
Yeah.
So is it short already? Did we get to the point?
I'll tell you what grinds mine.
But Chris, you hate me. I have to constantly do that. Say, man. I eat like Pops on Friday.
Chris Bell, I hate it. And Ace, you're right. You do that.
How about somebody who think that they know the job and come and tell you everything? And you're like, I'm in the street. You ain't, because we're all in sales. So we always got somebody who's above you gonna tell you what's going on, and you go, but how you gonna tell me what's happening?
Hey, don't even do sales, do they say?
Hey, be grinding you, and then they talk about, well, you need to do X, Y, and Z, but you can't.
They ain't never did it. They said, I can relate. Well, grinds my gears, my biggest, and I say it all the time. Everybody who know me probably know what I'm gonna say. My folks watching, ugly twins. It kills me. Ugly twins. Y'all don't understand. Like this ain't even a joke trying to get a laugh.
Females.
Just ugly twins. Being like you made 2 of them. Like God,
both ugly, and they both ugly.
Oh man, ugly twins. I mean, I'm literally like that'll send me through the roof.
Yeah.
Like you see me getting jumped one day, you need to it might be some ugly twins. He might have said something to him.
Yeah. Can I say one thing personal? When just hair up under women's arms, that grinds me.
That's natural.
No, not if you got more than the man Versace.
I argue that, but armpit hair is natural.
Yeah, but if you got a big old bush,
you got all that taco meat under there.
Hey,
what I'm saying, listen, because when I don't shave right away, it don't ever get crazy. But my job, dang on business, I'm supposed to have it.
I hope that we'll never see.
Society done made me feel like I'm not supposed to have hair.
Hey, no, that grinds it.
Was that? Are you talking about a certain amount? Is that?
Yeah, a certain amount. Yeah.
Zach, you stepped on some toes with that one.
I think I did.
Helen, you can get it back later. We'll talk about child support. I tell you another thing that grinds my gears. Another thing that grinds my gears is when a person says, "I know for a fact." Instantly, I posted this on my Facebook the other day. When a person says, "Oh, I know for a fact," I instantly stop believing them at that very moment.
Yep.
Because you don't know. You don't have to tell me you know for a fact. If you tell me, there's a saying that says, if you truly understand something, then you can simply explain it, right? So if you truly know something, you don't have to tell me and tell me to go ask John and go ask John. He was at all that stuff.
The truth don't need no support.
You don't need no support. I love it. Let's go to the comments. I think a few gears are being grinded here.
Okay.
Jerry Young says, "Hey, Deborah Goodson, I miss those talks we used to have." Okay, got some. Okay, never mind. I had a joke I was gonna make. Ugly Twins. Michael said he loves that one. Chris Bell, shave that woman. Okay.
Thank you, Chris. Thank you.
Georgia. Georgia said, "Hey, Georgia, how you doing? It's my first time seeing you on tonight."
What's up, George?
What grinds my gears is when someone solicits you for advice. Oh my God, Georgia. Georgia, we can have you on the show.
It ought to be like a ding.
Solicits you for advice, does the opposite, and expects you to bail them out of trouble.
Come on.
Whoever Georgia Blaze is, that's a good one.
Yeah.
Georgia Blaze, I probably would use that one next week. You just took what grind my gears. Chris Bell says, when someone gives you directions with no street names, just landmark. Chris, that's a country thing. I'm sorry.
Yeah,
down by the Yellow Barn, take a right, and it's gonna be a man fishing.
You see that he's there the same time every day.
Tony Goodson says, "Who the hell is Jerry?"
That's the comment I was waiting for.
Red flag.
You said red flag?
Oh man,
I read it on my phone first, so when I seen that, I knew that comment was coming.
That's good. That's good. That's good. BIL. What's BIL stand for? I'm sorry.
Brother-in-law.
Brother-in-law to Ace. Right on.
Ace, that's your brother-in-law?
Here.
Oh, I didn't know his screen name was so cool.
Red flag.
No.
Red
flag.
Of course, you know that ain't his real name.
No, that's the red flag.
Brought to you by Jack Vacation and Travel. Call 903-348-5655. That's a new bit, so y'all have y'all ready for next time. Thank y'all for everybody who who said something in that one. We'll see y'all in a moment.
Miss Southland, Annette Adeyola. Or will she be Miss Space City, Chloe Bird? And will go on to compete as Miss America. The first runner-up is Miss Space City.
every time
all
I
I
see
can
it.
think about
Chill.
all I can think about was looking under her arm. She was waving because of y'all. Now y'all got me conscious.
Hey, say this.
See, that's the kind of stuff you got to do on your ace. That's funny, man.
Can I just say, what was the point of the girls in the back hugging?
Well, for the what?
The girls in the back hugging each other, like
showing support.
It was all the way at the top though, like.
It's always showing support because what it is, they moving on to do Miss America, right? So we got all those different races and stuff up there, and they all show support and holler and scream for each other no matter what. It's supposed to be like a visual, but they don't publicize it like they should.
Right.
Interesting.
Too much hair on up on her arms.
Well, I'm with Helen because I'm thankful that the sister won. Let's go ahead. But do they all believe that she should have won? Like, are they happy for her for what reason? You know, and it's not even a racial thing. It's like, I didn't watch. Let me go ahead and put it out there. So I don't know who should have won, but I can't believe that 30 girls are that excited about one, individual.
I think they're excited. I'm just saying, you're not hugging her. I would wait my turn to hug her. I'm hugging the girl in front of me. I'm not shielding. Miss Mary Mistake don't even know I'm hugging.
Oh well, yeah.
Is it a red flag? Sometimes she won by default. Maybe it's the people in the background saying, "Hey, go ahead and make her win."
I'm not.
No. I say she's
by
beautiful.
default. Absolutely beautiful, and I love that natural hair.
She had that look natural like eBay.
We love the natural hair. Do 50 million people love natural hair?
I see Zach's point in the state of Texas. Now, and listen, she's a beautiful African. It's the first time an African has ever won in the state of Texas, and she's going on to try to be Miss America.
Yeah, and she's gonna be at one of the nursing homes.
That's gonna be very interesting
as a nurse.
Yeah, well, Anyway, we talked red flags tonight. So before we went to that long break, we said we were going to talk about how do you know when it's not a blessing? Because so many times people say, "Oh, I've been blessed with this, been blessed with that," and now they've trained their minds to think this situation is a blessing. Yeah. And so when it's not, our case in point, I remember Evander Holyfield was fighting Lennox Lewis. This is like late 90s, early 2000s. And he said God told him he was going to win in the third round. And I remember thinking, man, you better hope God told you that, because you told the whole world now, right? And he went in, Evander Holyfield lost the first round, the second round. Make a long story short, he lost every round after the third round. But he won the third round because he fought his heart out for the third round, which let me know then that God didn't tell him he was going to win. Otherwise, he'd have won, right? So many times, many of us do that same thing. We believe that it's God is giving me this. I'm in this right situation. All these red flags are coming to them at all times. But they ignore them. Why? Because they think God has told them. Question, how do you know when it's not a blessing?
Ooh. We have to think on that one, because this one thing I always tell people. That question that you say, I tell them that because one thing you have to realize is Satan takes very good care of his people here on earth.
Yeah.
And so it's kind of, I would tell people who's blessing you, when they get those opportunities, who's blessing you. I think one of the things I say, and it might not count in every situation, but it's not like a blessing from God when it takes you away from God, when it pulls you away, like that job that's paying you so much money and stuff like that, but you never get to go to church anymore. You don't have time for your family unit, like we talked that work-life balance, like it's completely gone. When it takes your morals away from you and things like that. So it's little signs.
Well, we got Erica Clifton. She says, if it's stressing me out, it's not a blessing for me. And I started looking at it as a lesson. I like that one.
I like that one.
Your mama's listening. Thanks.
Yeah, you better be good.
Thanks, Dad.
Yeah, I'll say too that the devil learns from your mistakes, even if you don't. So sometimes a red flag that you think is a blessing that you did get this job or relationship or what, but if it's the same cycle just repeating itself, it starts off real good until it's not, but it's not the first time it happened, you on like cycle 10. You know that's not for you. And even though, and let's say, even if it's an industry that you work in, and I'm not speaking on anybody, I'm just saying, if it's something that you work in, but it's like a vicious cycle, do you think that's God? you know, because you did get an offer and you did, but it's the same. Nothing really changed. It's just a different maybe company or a different person, but the core of it remains the same. Right. Does that make sense?
But you know, I think like what Ed was saying, we go off of going, God bless me with this. But God also didn't tell us to be stupid. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? We take jobs that we probably go into, all of us are in sales, that we go into going, man, I'm going to be here for about 90 days.
Right.
We know. Right. I know I'm not going to be good right here. You know, somebody said something about the fit, the environment, you know what I mean? That's, you know, but God also tells us that inside you feel it, but I'm getting 90,000, 100,000.
Yeah.
When you could be, you know what I mean?
But do you really feel it? That's what I mean. Like, you have to sit in that. Do you really feel it? Or is that a feeling you made up because of the excitement of getting that salary or getting in the relationship? You may have been single for a long time, and now you have a relationship with a person that he's giving you, or she is giving you a few red flags, but the good kind of outweighs the bad, though. Right. You know, so I'm gonna take my chance on this, even though you know, because you saw it already.
Yeah. Now you're at the Golden Gate Funeral Home. Because you should have just listened.
Janique said, let's go to the comments. Janique said, sometimes it's not a blessing if something comes too easy. Tiffany, if it brings me more stress than it does peace. That's good. That's a good point. Right there. Deborah Goodson, here's some wisdom. She said, you know, it's not a blessing when there is no peace about it.
That's facts right there.
Love it.
Yeah.
Chris, Insanity is doing the same thing over and achieving the same result. After a few times of trying, it's time to try a new strategy.
Chris been at that Western Dictionary. Chris on
fire tonight.
Chris, he burning it up. Tasha says, when it's not organic, when too many pieces have to be moved to get it. You know, there's a phrase that I say all the time. If what you see is all you see, then you don't see all that there is. Mm-hmm. And I think sometimes we have a desire, we have a hope, we have a want, and that's all we see. And all those other things around it we're missing, especially when it comes to relationships. If you've been single for a long time, or if this girl is fine, or this guy is, you know, good looking, 6 foot tall, whatever the case may be, and all you can see is those good looks.
Zach. Go ahead. Yeah. Go ahead.
I'm 5'10" and a half.
Go ahead. Yeah.
I'm 5'10" and a half.
Go ahead.
Go ahead. He's 5'7" with heels. Helen.
Prince heels on that.
Those are boobies that Prince wore.
But red flag, and you know, now we were talking red flags. So I think red flags in the relationships are the ones that get missed the most. There's some kind of benefit with a job. There's stress that comes with it, of course. But at least you can quit. You know, you get paid, whatever. In a relationship, oh my God, those are the absolute worst.
Yeah.
I think one that we overlook a lot is, especially in the Black community, and I think for Black women specifically, from my experience, is how men talk to us, because we grow up hearing it anyway, so it's not abnormal, right? So if they talk to you a little crazy, it's not like, oh wait, hold on, you shouldn't be talking like that. It's like, oh, okay, like I hear my cousins and my uncles talk like that. So we tend to let men disrespect us because we aren't identifying it as unhealthy. Like, it's our norm. So I think Black women, more so than other cultures, accept verbal abuse. And like, you gotta make us anger. And listen, we all got like anger, right? But I think as a man, and this is me playing into gender stereotypes just a little bit, as a man, you usually are stronger than a woman. You usually are a little bit bigger. You got a little bit more to you than a woman, even a bigger woman, a heavyset woman. As a man, you start a little bit stronger. So for you to feel like it's okay to yell at me or jump at me when you're upset, you don't have enough emotional regulation. Like, all right, hold on now. Like, if I want to, I can hurt her. So let me just be like, that's crazy. But we think it's okay because we grow up hearing.
But is it not on the back end? Because at the end of the day, you're responsible for these. You're responsible for these. That means your lip service. So is it not on the back end? Because if we go that way, men get the back end of and we're supposed to be able to get slapped, hit, and you say, no, you ain't supposed to hit that woman, but she can beat the dog.
No, I don't believe in that either. No. I don't believe women can beat on men and get a slide because they're women. No, you shouldn't be putting your hands on nobody. But I don't believe me having whatever lip service you're talking about also condones you using your intimidation tactics on me. Like,
Zach, you've been listening to Ike Turner's greatest hits all day.
That's mine one right there. Tony Goodson, sometimes you see a red flag because you don't want to work. Honestly, Helen, why did you not run for Miss Texas? You got one reason.
It might be a blue flag.
California.
That's right, Chris. I'm telling you, he on fire.
She on the West Coast. She on the West Coast, Chris.
She in California, maybe Miss California. Well, I hope you have to be. It's the first time we've ever had to say, man, maybe Helen's a little too old. Everything else, she's young on this show. Maybe she looks too old.
I missed my mark. I missed it.
This conversation turned into a red flag.
So here's a question though. So so you notice a red flag? Can they kind of be worked out? Do you think? Or do you just turn around and run when you see them? Or does it depend?
You should run, but the only way they can be turned around is if both parties, if somebody's accountable. Like if somebody accepts the criticism, the constructive criticism. But if that person can't yet, then nah.
You gotta be.
But who accepts criticism these days? It's hard to get criticized, even all of us on here. So you don't want to hear somebody tell you that you know what I mean? Like we all,
Wait, hold on. Wait, Zach. I don't mean to cut y'all. You don't want to hear somebody do it now?
I ain't gonna do it. I ain't gonna do it. Hey, I got you down now. When I see you lean forward, I ain't gonna do it.
I ain't gonna do it.
You know what? Red flags are interesting, though. I don't think that you can work them out, to be honest with you. That's the whole purpose of it being a red flag. I think in everything that you do, you can try to talk it out. You can try to put certain things in contracts. If it's a relationship, you can have conversations. But if it's a red flag, a habit is a red flag. You know what I mean? Like if they do it once.
And I'm not disagreeing. However, is it possible you don't know what you don't know? So what if someone has never been corrected? What if no one has ever said, hey, yo, wait, there's a better way to communicate, right? Like you ain't got to say X, Y, and Z. So it could be a red flag, but I think to what Ace was saying, you have to be open-minded to it, right? Like, I think they are. I think the okay, I don't know if I said this earlier when we were going on defining, but I think red flags to me are when you cross boundaries. Crossing boundaries doesn't necessarily always mean you can't get corrected and like, all right, I respect that boundary, let me go back to it. So I think if you're mature enough, you can change a red flag to an orange flag that maybe turn to yellow and then go to green.
I think that's something you maybe can do after, depending on the longevity of the relationship.
Yes.
But I think in the beginning, if you already getting cussed out and it's only date 2, then I think you need to cut your losses because we all know the longer you, especially for women, because we're way more emotional than men most times. Most times.
Not these days.
Yeah. If the longer you go, the more feelings is in it on both sides. So if you recognize a red flag, even the first day, you can kind of see something. I think you should go. But after a while, if it's been time, then if you want to work on it, I understand. I get it. You just need to be mindful.
Can I go back to what Helen said? She said, what you don't know is what you don't. You said something. What'd you say?
Yeah. What you don't know, you don't know.
That's our problem right there. Is the fact that, and I'm agreeing with you. We go off and Ant said it earlier. We go off of social media and somebody say something and all of a sudden you did that.
Mm-hmm.
You don't know. You listen to what somebody who's angry who said what you don't know is what you don't know.
Right.
And how many relationships have broken up behind somebody saying, because somebody's mad that maybe you didn't want to mess with them. What you don't know is what you don't know. It's facts.
What you mean by messing with them?
I'm just saying, man. Hey, what happened to the damn button? What happened to the damn button? Damn. I'm sorry.
I've been wanting to push it. It was really no real reason. I'm trying to get Zach to say his age.
Finger on the trigger all night.
He been like, hey, he been like this. He been like this.
Itching the whole night. But you know,
I like
think,
that. I like that though, Helen. You're growing up in front of our eyes, Helen. I like that. You're growing up in front of our eyes.
We so proud.
We so proud, Helen.
We're so happy for you. I think that red flags are interesting to me because what I was trying to get to earlier is like conversations can happen, and if you see growth, there's growth. Mm-hmm. But if there's none growth, you have the conversation. Conversations are easy to have. Everybody's going to try, especially at the beginning of a relationship. Right. Everybody's going to say what they want you to hear or what they think you want to hear.
Representative, yeah.
Right? I need to see a red flag comes from what I see, not from what I hear.
Right.
Not only from what I hear.
Right.
They can cuss me out. I heard that. Yes, that's a red flag too. Mm-hmm. But also, when he's like, "Oh, I'm so sorry. I'll never do it again." That to me, okay, let me see. And if you start showing me something different, that's where trust is a hard thing to gain back, right? So if you're in a relationship and you're in this relationship and they lost all your trust in this one area, it's going to take a long time for them to gain that back. I don't care what it is. Even if they say, I don't want anybody who smoke. And then they decide to cut out smoking in front of you. You see what I'm saying? They spraying stuff right before they come back to you, and you see cigarette butts all around the house and all that stuff. You said
you can smell it in their underarm.
You respect me, but your actions aren't exactly what we talked about. So red flags are deep, and I think that it's more than what you say; it's what you do and how you act. Yeah. So let's go to the comment. Erica Clifton, she says that Kevin. Yeah. It does not.
Hey. Erica, keep bringing them, girl. You Erica on fire. Keep bringing them, Erica.
Yeah.
All right, y'all. It's about that time. We've had a good time talking tonight. You know what? I was gonna do this the other way. I'm gonna flip it. I do it. You'll see. Anyway, I'm gonna go ahead and play a.
Hey, who we got on the show next week?
We're going to have a great group on. We're actually going to be interviewing gay men who put S on the end of everything they say. And we're just going to be asking, is it just gay or are they living in abundance? Nursing mothers with nipple piercings. We just want to let them know that's not the source of iron the doctor was talking. But we got a lot of money. Auto mechanics with clean hands, and we can ask them what the hell you been doing all day. I like men's cockeyed dodgeball players. And the name of the show will be Nature's Cheat Code. Ballerinas who suffer from ingrown toenails. And the name of the show is going to be No Pain, No Gain. Midgets that are applying for the police department. And we're going to name the show going to be Standing Tall for Justice.
Yeah.
You see? I'm going to do you like dudes in the hood. I'm like, we ain't scared of you. Come on, Zach, let's get it.
Oh, man.
That's right, cause that. Hey, before we do,
I don't know why that shit was so funny when Helen starts laughing with that stand up justice. I don't know why. I'm sitting over here getting tickled every time. It's so tickled to her. Like I don't know why.
They be getting to me.
Well, for me, with the part it is for me is when he said, "Come on, Zach, let's get her." And I wish y'all would. I wish you would. I wish.
Knowing damn well Ace ain't about that life.
I can't. That's why I called Zach for help.
Hey, I'm gonna get beat up. Ace Ace didn't want to be at the Juneteenth festival.
I will tell you, I'm the first person to call 911. If I'm with you, you're gonna get help.
Quit now, Ace. Quit now.
You're gonna get help.
You're gonna get help as fast as possible if you with me. I might not throw no punch. I'm like, no, they're on him now, right now.
Hey, look, before we do AOAs, y'all guess who was in town this weekend in Dallas?
Kamala Harris.
Was she?
What that is that? Who else was there?
Hey, who I was talking about? Keith Lee was back in town.
Oh,
yeah. You know, we're trying to get the Sweetly Seasoned lady to be on the show, but Keith Lee came back. He didn't go back to see her though. But anyway.
What he doing? Throwing roses on the ground all over our city?
Yeah, he went to Hutchins Barbecue. I don't know if y'all ever been to Hutchins out in McKinney, Texas, but if you have a little time, go to Hutchins Barbecue.
We'll be going.
They are amazing. Yeah, we need to go.
Good. Yeah, we'll be going.
I never been.
Yashika, it's on you.
Hey, yo, Ace.
What's up,
Look at him. Who we got on the show next week?
I'm glad you asked. In school, getting ready to start back, so I figured we talk to some educational folks. So we're actually going to be talking to graduates of the Corinne Steffens Dental School. Evidently, they're not getting hired because they all suck.
That's
okay. Hey, so listen. So we're all going back to marketing tomorrow. Hey,
I should call that company back, tell them I want the job.
You want the job, bro? It's over.
All sponsorship is gone.
Hey, it's over, bro. It's over. Bro.
Hey,
it's been great. It really has been a good time.
If you get the joke out there, don't worry about it. Don't go looking it up or nothing like that.
Please don't. Please don't.
It's actually pretty good for those who know. Thank y'all for joining us tonight, Tony and Deborah Goodson. Who all?
We got a few
Erica.
Hey, that the girl hot too.
Erica Clifton, thank you so much for those. She says she loves that Kevin Hart clip. I love it. Big Cat, what's happening? Chris Bell, man, we really appreciate it. My cousin Pinky was watching the show tonight. Georgia, I think that's the first time I said. No,
that's my brother-in-law Corey. What's going on, Corey? I appreciate you watching, brother.
And then of course we had Michael Anderson Project, many more. If I forgot you, Kiki Washington, Janique, who else? Tasha and
Erica. Appreciate you, Tiffany.
Yes,
you
Tiffany.
guys.
We really appreciate y'all.
Subscribe.
Go to TikTok. Go to YouTube.
Leanne. Leanne on there.
Is Leanne on there?
By the way, for some reason, everybody's comments and name, for whatever reason, recently is not coming up on here. So if I missed anybody tonight, I apologize.
Leanne, you better share this to all your people in West Texas because we know them.
Oh, there Tiffany. Did we say Tiffany?
No, Tiffany here.
We'll see y'all next week.
It's been good, y'all. Just like a bird.
You just call me on my cell phone. I would rather.
Come on, girl.
Jump in, Zach.
To see you.
Yeah. She on the corner. Just her on that corner.
I was gonna say Dreamgirls. Dreamgirls was really good to me too.
It wasn't a biography. We just made up.
I thought it was based off.
Nobody made it.
Dreamgirls is kind of like the 5 Heartbeats. They kind of resemble.
Yeah.
Well, wasn't that movie based off the Temptations?
Check it out.
All right, Kiki.
Right.
Little known fact, Under the Cherry Moon soundtrack actually was better than Purple Rain, and that's saying a lot. You need another lover, like you need a hole in your head.
I think of a place where
you can't win.